If you work in UK financial services, you know that regulation isn't just a box to tick. It can be a serious, ongoing headache. So today we're going to look at how one company, Compliance Consultant, is tackling this head-on. Their whole mission is built around one simple idea: making compliance work. And I think this is pretty clever. They've created this persona, the compliance doctor. The whole idea is that they don't just give you generic advice. They act like a specialist on call who can properly diagnose the root cause of your compliance pain points and then prescribe a very specific, practical solution that actually works. So let's talk about one of the most common compliance headaches out there. I'm talking about the risk register. Now, it's supposed to be one of your most critical tools, right? But the reality? Well, the struggle to make it effective is a story I'm willing to bet sounds very, very familiar. Okay, first up, the scoring is all over the place. Without a consistent system, what does likely or major even mean? It means something different to everyone on the team, and the result? You end up with a heat map just filled with vague, medium risks that tells your board absolutely nothing useful. And then there's this. It's almost always out of date. A register that hasn't been touched in 6 months? Well, that sends a really loud and pretty dangerous signal to the FCA. It tells them risk management isn't truly part of your company culture, which is a big red flag under SYSC 7.1. And finally, it's just not ready for the board. I mean, if you're spending hours cutting and pasting and reformatting data just to make it presentable for senior management, then it's not a dynamic management tool, is it? It's just a time-consuming compliance exercise, a chore. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It's the task that never quite makes it to the top of the list. And that's the thing, right? Compliance Consultant gets that you've got a million other things to do. The last thing you have time for is to wrestle with a clunky spreadsheet. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. So what's the fix? Well, this brings us to the expert solution they've developed: a purpose-built compliance risk register, complete with integrated heat mapping. And when you look under the hood, you can see this is so much more than just a template. It's really a complete risk framework all inside one workbook. You've got 6 different worksheets that are all connected, covering everything from a high-level dashboard for the execs all the way down to prompts to help you identify risks in the first place. And here's the best part. It directly solves all those problems we just talked about. The scores auto-calculate, so they're always consistent. The heat map is color-coded and updates automatically for instant clarity. You've got drop-down menus to keep all the data entry clean and consistent, and there's even a built-in tracker to make sure those crucial mitigation actions never get forgotten. So what does all of this add up to? Simple. It gives you the power to see every single one of your compliance risks at a glance. It turns that static, frustrating document into a powerful, real-time tool that actually helps you manage the business. But of course, in the UK, any tool like this is only useful if it's aligned with the regulator. And that's why this was designed from the ground up, specifically for FCA compliance. The idea was to build that authority and trust right into the tool itself. And here's the proof. The entire framework is mapped directly to key FCA requirements, like SYSC 7.1 for risk control and PRIN 3 for management. So this isn't some generic off-the-shelf product. It's been tailor-made to meet the exact expectations of the UK regulator. They've also really thought about who's actually going to be using this day to day. So whether you're a compliance officer building a register from scratch, an MLRO, that's a money laundering reporting officer, adding financial crime risks, or a senior manager who just needs that clear oversight, the tool is flexible enough for all of you. And get this, the feedback on how fast it works is just incredible. The whole idea is you can get this thing populated in an afternoon and be ready to present a clear, professional summary to your board by the end of the week. Now that is an immediate, tangible impact. So what's the investment? It's a one-time cost of £149. For that, you get an instant download of the template, it's fully editable, and you have access to it for life. When you think about it, that's a pretty small price to pay to solve such a persistent and high-stakes problem, not to mention all the time you'll save. So if you're looking to finally transform your risk management process, the next step is simple. You can give Compliance Consultant a call on the number right there on your screen, or just use the link to book a quick, no-obligation discovery call to see how they can, well, make compliance work for you.